leaves them, just for one day. This is what just one day can bring when God leaves you, and the day will come. 2.5 million people came out of Egypt, entered the promised land. How many people? If 600,000 men, reaching their maximum, plus wives, plus children, over 2 million, had not entered the promised land. Once I was sitting in an American church. My friend Jensen Franklin, a well-known pastor evangelist, he was preaching, and he said the following words, that the world's history and statistics prove that only 3 preachers out of 20 remain till the end. I was crying. Tears flew out of my eyes. I burst into tears. Then I begged, Lord, I ask you to help me get into those 3. The pressure is so strong. The attacks are so strong. You are on the front line all the time. Everyone is looking at you, and everyone wants to shoot you, and the devil does not like your job, what you do. And then God comes. He leaves you for one day. What will you do? When I was healing Israel, take a look at a great king. His name was Hezekiah. He was 25 years old, and at that time, one king led in one direction and the other king led in another direction, and there was always a misunderstanding. If one rose up, then the other makes all people in the society of Israel fall down. It was very important to know what was the king's mother like. That's why it is not mentioned about the father, but it's only about the mother. What was she like, and what was her name? It is very valuable when a mother conveys the first sense to a child with her milk, when a mother gives the first love to a child with a prayer. And this love is not only to life, but to God, to the Creator. It is very important when a mother is not looking for a bottle of beer by the cradle, but how to satisfy her soul with God's Word. So then the blessing is absorbed with mother's milk for the generation and society. I have more than 300 relatives, and no one ever had a cigarette in their hands. No one ever had a glass of wine in their hands. And some say, Slavik, are you all mad? Haven't you ever kissed a girl? Yes, I have. I've kissed Natasha for the first time after the wedding, and no one else after. But the pleasure that God gives and relationships that He gives, all the relatives are Christian. Everyone worships God. Maybe it's from Abraham, from grandfather or great-grandfather, because they have pleased God. How important it is to lay the right foundation for the family, for the future generations to come.